Hello and welcome back to game number 2 of this group stage matchup between Team Liquid and Orange Neolution Esports. We're seeing Orange with one game down at the moment. They're looking to trade it, make it into an even trade of a one-on-one game, while Liquid of course looks to get another win in their pockets. We are watching the international group stages. We are in Group B for this one, and let's see if Liquid can indeed make it a 2-0, or if Orange can at least make it a 1-1. Of course, with me is Bidiz. Bidiz, sorry for interrupting your food, but welcome back. Maybe he's still not done with his food. That's okay. That happens. Okay. He'll be back mid-draft. It happens. He'll be back, so don't worry about that. We have got Orange banning out the IO again. This time with the Alchemist. It is the first pick that goes the way of Orange, with Liquid indeed being on the dire side for this game. And Bedrider being removed by Liquid. We still have a Visage in the pool. Would be a hero that Orange would greatly be happy to pick up. As well as an OD, by the way. Mushi OD can be turning the game around, perhaps, for Orange. We have got the ban out for the Chen, however. So that means that Liquid at least gets themselves either OD or Visage, if they want to have those, because Naga Siren might be the one that they want to go for again, as we saw that in the previous game. Worked out okay. And, there we go, sorry, just had to say something to admin.
10 seconds remaining.
He'll be there. I think he actually loaded in. Did he? Not? Yes, he did. Should be. Here. Anyways. Now bickering. Visage. Picked up by Orange. So that's not a surprise. That's no surprise whatsoever. So expected pickup for Orange. Let's see what Liquid goes for. If they still want to have the Naga Siren, or if they rather want to go for something different this game. Could be that they wanted to have the
10 seconds remaining.
The OD. I mean, 3 and still in the pool, as we saw earlier. I mean, Liquid has got a lineup for it in mind, perhaps, but we haven't really seen it from Liquid just yet. And I mean, to be fair, that previous lineup worked just fine, so why fix what's not broken? They're taking their time, though, taking into their bonus time to decide what to pick up here. And they're, by the way, so far the only team that used a bit of their bonus time. Orange still sitting at 1 minute and 50 seconds quite comfortably.
Greetings. Sorry for being late to this cast.
That is okay. Welcome back. And yeah. So Liquid is thinking about this one. They could still pick up the Naga Siren if they want it.
Yep. Very similar bands. Wow. Razor Naga
They
right
are
away.
already
Okay.
anticipating Mushi's OD, perhaps.
They could be, but this is a prepared strat from Liquid.
Okay.
Yes.
You know which strat they have prepared?
This is a minus armor strat that they've got prepared. They used something similar in an online tournament, then they tweaked it and came to a final product. And I want to see what their final product is.
Fair enough.
Because the one thing about Liquid is they've got a lot of really intelligent players that come up with these strats around heroes that are their favorite heroes, right? And then they mesh them all together and come up with solid strategies. They just have to pick times to use it. And this is one where they didn't bait their opponent into any specific hero. They're just like, hey, this strat's good, we're just gonna go with it.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see if they get that going. We have Orange banning out an Enigma. Just in case.
Solid ban. Anytime there's Naga, solid idea to ban out the Enigma.
Yep. Liquid is, of course, having the next turn. I mean, again, Orange, with having a Visage and a Darkseer, can kind of go either way. Can go all ways, actually. So, nothing really specific that Liquid can actually think about banning out. Maybe some carries that they don't want to be seeing. I mean, OD is still in the pool, but since they already picked up the Razor, they're not that scared for the OD anymore. We have got an Enchantress banned out in the end. Always a solid ban.
I think this game, Orange is a very solid and experienced squad. Then they're going to be able to fight through the mistakes that they made last game. They know why they lost. They know the mistakes that they made. And they're going to improve off of that and be able to shake that off and not go into this game demoralized or anything. Definitely think they're going to be looking a lot better this game. So I'm excited. Meanwhile, Liquid, I know that they're a team that rides the highs and lows, so They're going to be coming into this game on a big high and excited to see if they can get a good start again.
Do I smell some sort of bias?
A little bit.
Well,
come on, they're American.
Yeah, you know, USA.
Of course,
USA.
like my BFF.
Well, we'll see if they can make it happen for them. I mean, it would be nice. For Liquid on the other side, Orange could use some wins as well. As we already discussed their positions in the group stages.
I would be really surprised if Liquid took this 2-0 though. Mainly because these two teams are so evenly matched. That last game was kind of like a bunch of fluke mistakes that Orange made that Liquid was able to capitalize on and just build an insurmountable lead with.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see, Weaver banned out.
5 seconds.
That's just so Liquid doesn't get the same cores. But that ban to me kind of shouldn't have happened, because if they know Liquid, TC is their main Weaver player. Sure, Bubble can play it. It's not really a Quark here at all. And Liquid took Razor very early, and that is a TC hero. He's the only one on the team that really plays that.
Well, Liquid has really taken their time to think about this last ban. They're only having 30 seconds left in their bonus time. I mean, there's still tons of carries in the game, so maybe they want to remove one of those so that they just not want to face maybe something like a Gyrocopter or something. No, it's an Nyx Assassin that they end up banning out, and the OD is the one that they pick up themselves, so...
That is a Korok OD.
And that is looking pretty scary in terms of team fight.
Yep. It's Bulba or Fluff for the Naga, and then they need a Bulba or Fluff hero plus a Mike hero for Team Liquid. Meanwhile, Orange, I want to see if they get any AoE disabled to pair with this Darkseer. One thing I noticed about the Eastern scene is they value Darkseer very high, which rightfully so. It's a very strong hero. But they don't tend to get Darkseer combos. Like really strong Darkseer combos like Sand Kings, THDs, Enigmas, Tide Hunters even, etc. Heroes like that. They just don't tend to do it too often. And that kind of blows my mind a little bit, because it's such an easy to execute combo that only requires a ping to set up.
Well,
like for example, the Darkseer, while he's running in or ready to blink in and initiate, just like I'm gonna ping where I'm gonna vacuum, and I'm gonna vacuum there, and then the follow-up guy is just ready and follows up immediately when the vacuum's going.
Who knows? Maybe they want to change that around. Maybe Orange wants to pick up the Jig hero. I hope that they do. It would be nice. We haven't seen a Jig hero yet today. Would be a nice change of pace.
Plus, Jakiro could be a really good hero for Team Liquid. Like I said, Jakiro, Naga, Siren combos.
Yeah.
You can drop the Ice Path early, and you can line it up so easy during the 7 seconds that sleep lasts.
On top of that, I mean, on the lane itself, it works out. We have got Naga Siren with the snare.
There we go. Sand King picked up by Orange. I like that pick a lot.
It's mostly picked up to combine with the Visage, though.
Yeah, but it's so good in teamfights. It's so good throughout the entire game when paired with Darkseer.
True.
IHL, the Sand King, Surgeman to initiate, so powerful. Like that's for like early game ganks. And you go into teamfights where he's stunning off of the vacuum, and that's super good too.
Yeah, Epicenter's being casted in the middle of that. With a nice sight to see. Liquid, one more pick before we go into the next banning phase. They pick up the Rubik. We haven't seen Rubik that often today, I have to say that. I mean, normally we see him very often, but...
As this tournament progresses, with the way the meta of the tournament's shaping up, with a lot of big teamfight heroes being picked by a lot of teams, that we've seen at least on this stream.
Yeah.
Because granted, I haven't seen games from other streams because we've been casting the whole day. And in the breaks, I've been doing other things.
Like eating.
Eating and stretching and stuff, and walking around, so I don't get too tired. Because they are long days of casting.
Yeah.
Anyway, with the way the metagame's shaping up, or looking to shape up based off of the information that I have, I think Rubik is going to become a top pick in this tournament, just like he was in TI2. Maybe not like first pick material, but top 2 or top 4, he's going to be picked up almost every game.
Top 2 supports at least. Again. As we have a Nature's Prophet for Orange picked up, so that's going to be some form of split push for them. And actually making sure that the lanes might be a bit different than what we used to. I mean, Darkseer and Nature's Prophet means that one of the two will probably be going into the jungle unless they want to safe lane one of those. But we'll see what Orange go for the last pick, because right now, I mean, they're missing kind of a hard carry. And it's the Spectre that gets removed from the pool. Liquid do not want to face that one.
Turn to ban.
I don't blame them. But let's see what Orange goes for. But first, of course, is Liquid.
I want
After
Orange
Orange
ban. Orange should ban Dazzle. If they watch Liquid, if they've done their homework, they will ban Dazzle.
10
We saw
seconds.
Liquid losing with Dazzle though in the previous game.
They did. However,
5 seconds.
it's still
remaining.
very powerful.
Yeah, Rubik Dazzle, Naga
If a
Cyberman.
support makes one small positioning mistake, and you get lifted into the creeps, then netted up by the Naga, hit with Naga's Riptide, then hit with a heal bomb, you are dead.
10 seconds
That is a lot of
remaining.
damage, especially to a zero armor support like Visage.
Team Liquid's
Well, it's a
turn
Clockwork
to
ban out
ban.
instead. And Liquid, they have some time to think about if they really want to have that Dazzle or not.
Yep, plus Razor, he can damage drain during the sleep. The weave from Dazzle can stack up during the sleep. The combination is just a lot stronger when they have a Razor involved as well.
Yeah, and I mean, the static link also goes through the Astral Imprisonment, so also another way to ramp up that static link for the Razor.
Yep.
Well, let's see if the Dazzle can actually be part of this game. Nope.
Oh, they go with Tinker instead.
Is it
Alright.
Bulba Tinker?
So,
Orange's turn.
this
Signature
is
hero?
Bulba Tinker, aggressive tri-lane, with Fluff on the support Naga again. Yeah, they're definitely an aggressive tri-lane. They'll put TC and Korak in whichever lane they feel is more favorable for them. Probably gonna end up being TC mid and Korak safe lane.
Again,
Because it
as
would-
we've seen that earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aggressive tri-lane then for Liquid, I like it. They are up against a tough lane though. I mean, a Visit Sand King, both as supports most likely, are pretty tough to deal with. Though, like we have said, they do need some levels. And Lone Druid for the first
Lone
time
Druid,
today,
wow.
Orange picks it up.
Orange could be doing an aggressive tri-lane here with their Darks here.
Hey, we have 3 first timers
Uh,
here today, right now. Rubik, Tinker,
Yeah.
and Lone Druid.
I think we saw Rubik earlier.
No, we did not.
Yes, we did in Liquid's earlier game where they lost.
Oh yeah, we did. Wow, awkward.
Come on.
Awkward. My bad. It's late here.
Yeah.
I have an excuse.
This is true. And once again, look. Oh, Fluff is actually playing the Ruby, and Mike is playing the Naga. I expect that to get swapped. Once again, look at Fluff. He's taking his time. They're finalizing their lanes, who's gonna get pulled, etc. during this time. It's really standard for some teams to do this. Some teams like to. Other teams just don't even need to communicate that. They just know and they just go right off the bat.
Which one's better?
5
That it just
seconds
know?
remaining.
I always like to communicate it just to make sure that you don't screw up. Plus, we switch who's playing support every other game pretty much. So,
True Fuffle and stuff and Ice Mike not switching just yet though.
Prepare for battle.
No swap
Wow.
for them. So that will indeed mean Korok playing the OD, TC on the Razor, IX Mike playing the Naga Siren as a support, Bulba on his signature Tinker, Fluff and Stuff on the Rubik, and that is
One-
5. Right? Yes.
yep. One thing I will say about Liquid is IX Mike is a support that never, ever gets items. They do not give him anything. Fluff is the one that will get items, so they want Rubik to have Blink Force this game. They want him to have mobility, because he's got Sand King's on steal, he's got Vacuum to steal.
So many
He's
big
got
spells.
some nice spells to steal. Yeah, it's really just those two mainly.
But then they're easy to
stealing-
steal.
Yeah, stealing the bear isn't worth it because you don't get synergy. Lone Druid's passive. Vacuum is nice, Wall is okay,
30 seconds to
but it's
battle.
mainly the other two. Mainly Sand King's done really, so they've disabled follow up with Naga Sleep.
Yep. Orange in the meantime. You want to introduce those two? Or those? 5?
Sure. We've got Mushi playing the Nature's Prophet. He's going to be going to bottom lane, so like I said, it's going to be an aggressive tri lane featuring Sand King played by Net, one of his signature heroes. Extinct is going to be playing the Visage, also known as X in this game.
The
I'm
battle
going to call him Extinct
begins.
because, yeah, it's his name.
Mhm.
Darkseer is actually mid right now, played by Ohio, and top lane is going to be this Lone Druid. So either supports are going to dual roam. This strikes me as a little bit odd.
And,
Liquid sniffed it out though when they didn't see anyone on bottom, so they're just ditching.
yeah, and of course, I mean, they saw the bear bottom. Spear Bear was rotated bottom, so they might be expecting Lone Druid to be there, but he has actually rotated his bear back top. So we're gonna have a tri lane versus tri lane on the top lane.
And Korak is bottom as OD. He's pulled to all hell as well. Fluff gave him 2 regen.
Nice. And he should be okay up against the Nature's Prophet. He should be able to win that lane, actually.
He should win that lane pretty hard.
Yeah.
Furen has a lot of trouble CSing against him later on. Early levels, Furen will do okay, but later on, Cork should roll all over him.
And we've got more rotations from Orange because they do not want to be up against the tri lane. They're going to try and save the... or be on the bottom lane to help Mushi farm, or maybe have Mushi rotate towards the tri lane afterwards when the lone druid comes bottom, but we'll see. Supports are making their way bottom at least. Extinct and Net.
With all of this rotation going on, the key is going to be who gets the early game kills here. Fluffy's an illusion rune to stack up the creep wave on bottom, and it's going to get the creep wave to Korak's tower, so he's going to be relatively safe until these pulls start happening, which Extinct is already doing. The key is just going to be whoever gets the first blood, whichever team. Right now. One thing I didn't talk about at all is the Tinker plus Naga sleep combination. You can lay down 2 or 3 marches, then end the sleep, depending on Tinker's level of rearm, of course. It's 2 or 3. Then end the sleep, and that is a lot of damage if they choose to fight into it. You just have to run if you're orange in that situation.
Yeah. Which is something that you might not be able to do.
Run, yeah, someone's gonna get ensnared by the Naga, and that hero's just dead. Someone else is gonna get lifted, and that hero's dead, so...
Yeah, and perhaps the target that he gets stunned upon with the telekinesis. Person also dead. Astral Imprisonment on someone to hold him safe for afterwards, after everybody else is dead. Another one that died.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of pick-off potential
really
for
hard
Liquid.
to team fight, unless you get an early lead against the Naga plus Tinker.
Well, so far KYXY is doing okay. I mean, he's up against a bit of a dual lane here.
Now Korak is rotated to the top because he doesn't want to be against that stuff on bottom.
Yeah, and he might be just at the right time. Mushi is still here, the Marching Machines, and actually Mushi might be going down here. One more hit, there he goes, first blood, Rubik. Fluff and stuff with that kill, nicely done. Marching Machines MVP, level 2 for Boba. And actually, Net came in from behind, he wanted to try and go for a gank, but with Boba showing up, no longer possible.
Yep. So like I said, these early kills are huge. Because whichever team gets out to the early lead is going to be at a huge advantage. Liquid starting off pretty nicely here. Korak had a good rotation to make sure that he didn't have to lane up against something that's hard for him. He's got Ix Mike supporting him, so Korak's got free farm. If we look at middle lane, TC is up against the Darkseer. He hasn't been harassed by the supports at all, so this is going to be an even lane. Darkseer should pull ahead because if we look at what Ohio's doing right now, he's farming off a neutral stack, so Darkseer will pull ahead by killing off that easy camp repeatedly. He's level 5. TC's about to crack level 5. TC also has a lot of denies in this lane.
11 denies, 18 for 11. Looking pretty solid.
Yep. Those denies are actually huge because that lets Darkseer not get too far ahead in experience. Some ancient stacking is going on by Liquid. It's only a double stack right now, but Bulba's gonna just gradually march it down. So when the lane pushes up, and Liquid doesn't feel safe down here, because both supports from Orange are here. This is dual lane against a try. He can just kill off the Ancients with March.
Fluff and stuff really ballsy. He placed a ward. Actually, no, that ward was already there. I'm not quite sure what he was doing there. Then having a pretty
he wanted to see
position.
if he could interrupt the pull through. But yeah, once he sees that tanking, he backs off. It's really smart for only one person to be there while Bulba's stacking and doing the... Oh, he actually missed a stack. But while Bulba kills the Ancients, that's just maximizing Liquid's experience even more.
Yeah, Ohio having a good time mid. Sorry?
Ix Mike hasn't been able to stack and pull on top because the bear's been interrupting it. But at the same time, this bear isn't getting too much at all. He's only level 3. Meanwhile, Korak has complete free farm in this lane now. So Liquid is just... They're more or less winning all of their lanes right now. In my eyes. Mid is a wash, but they've got a carry Farmia versus the Darkseer. When Darkseer gets his early mech, that's gonna have to be huge for Orange. I have to make good use out of it. Then again, Liquid could have an early mech as well if Cork chooses to get one.
In the meantime, KYXY has got some trouble getting his experience up. I mean, once he gets level 5, he will be able to be a bit more able to get some last hits, but for now he's just not able to do anything. He's the same level as a support Ix Mike Naga Siren. He's not getting any extra farm. He's only got 2 last hits and boots, and is now only rotating to see if he can maybe do something more. We have a smoke up, by the way, in the meantime for Orange. Net and Extinct want to go for the mid lane. Of course, TC, like you said, he's been able to get free farm. No support coming to gank him just yet, but that will end right now. That will change.
Yep, he does have phase boots though, so he's fairly quick. One thing I didn't mention at all is TC's static link can be used on Spirit Bear from the bear, and that actually steals his damage, so the bear is going to be fairly useless in these fights. Big dive coming out. They time the Fury Animal with it as well, but they don't have vision on TC.
Yeah,
He's able to just walk away.
There goes the static link, the plasma field. There's a burrow striking. Comes the supports
Supports
though.
are coming in.
TC will still go down, but maybe they can take something with him. And actually, TC, nah, he still drops. That's Visage with the kill, but X will pay for that one. We'll go down Quark with a return kill for that. Maybe Net's gonna be next, sitting in a sandstorm.
Good sprout for Mushi.
Well, we're gonna let the Sand King
Even
be what
better
it
body
is.
block, Mike.
Yeah, Astral Imprisonment comes. Mushi, Riptide. That's gonna be Mushi dead. Should be Mushi dead. One more hit needed. Ah, it's not needed. One more needed. 28 HP. Korok getting slowed off. Soul Assumption comes in. That's Korok down. In the meantime, Sand King managed to deny himself to the Roshan. Pretty nicely done for him. The rest of Liquid coming back mid, and that should make an end to this one. TC coming back to the fight as well. In the end, it's
2 for 2 in Orange's favor.
Yeah.
Because they killed Korok and TC, two heroes that have the best farm for Liquid. Shutting them down is huge.
Yeah, I mean, that was partly because of the Sand King. He was able to distract Liquid. Or, sorry, distract Liquid. He had Bulba with him as well as Fluff and stuff, who tried to kill him off while he was in the Sandstorm. And in the end, he was able to deny himself to Roshan. So that's even gonna be a kill that Liquid didn't even get there. Pretty nicely done. Gold grab going back towards the 0 line, because Liquid, of course, like we said, was cutting ahead beforehand. And everything calms down again, and everybody goes back to farming. And it is Liquid that goes back to farming before Orange does. Free farm for Korok on the top lane right now. TC feeling something might be up. I mean, there's a lot of people missing from the map, but they're all farming in the jungle. We've got 3 people farming bottom. Bulba coming in with IX Mike and Fluff and stuff. And they might be trying to find the KYX spy. Won't be able to do so though. But maybe the bear will be the target. And Snare, yeah, that's 300 gold going the way of Bulba. I don't hear you anymore.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
There we go.
What happened to your microphone?
Oops.
Went to your head?
Little mistake.
Well,
another smoke coming out from the supports on Orange. They're playing much more active. This is more like the Orange I know, and the Orange that I've watched in the past. Extremely active play from their support duo.
and they have a duo that can be aggressive as well. They surge in, go for the burst strike up on TC. Here comes the slow. Soul Assumption will be there as well. TC still alive for now though, and it gets Astro imprisoned. Net already dead, looking for the next target. TC managed to keep himself safe. And actually has a bottle as well, so can be in the fight should it break out again. But for now, Liquid able to save their solo mid. A lot of rotations coming up for that one. But perhaps they're gonna get something more in return for this, rather than just a kill on the support Sand King.
It was a kill plus they saved TC. There was a slight mistake from Orange. Ohio didn't Iron Shell first on the Sand King. And they were just a very little bit of damage away, and that was like 3 seconds, 2 seconds of Iron Shell damage that they could have had for free on TC. They just didn't have there. They didn't precast, so that's a pretty big deal to not get that kill. I think it would have been a lot closer had they had that. They did have Mushi's ultimate on cooldown for another 30 seconds when they initiated, so that wasn't there to help out either.
Mushi's been getting some nice farm, by the way, with the help of his Wow, why is Mushi standing still? Oh, never mind. I thought there was something wrong with my game, but no, that was just Mushi maybe shopping or something. But I mean, he has been doing some nice farming with his Hand of Midas. He is second highest for his team in terms of net worth, and actually third highest on the map.
Yep, there's a smoke from Liquid on bottom lane, but KYXY is in his ult form. They don't have any mana on IX Mike. They can't accomplish anything there.
So far,
I'm really surprised that Liquid stack ancients. Nice, Bulba's going to it. He's getting really, really close to having his travels, and after he kills his ancient stack, he will have it. Levels for the supports, IX Mike is only 5, Fluff is about to hit 5 in the second here. Meanwhile for Orange, X is very close to getting 6, and he's getting solo experience in mid lane. I know, so he'll have that very soon on the next creep wave. Even, and then the Sand King just hit level 5. So overall the supports for both teams are a little bit low on experience, but Orange is doing a good job of letting their supports catch up by giving them solo lanes.
Yeah, helping out a lot here. In the meantime, Korok is getting free farm on the top lane. He's going for the mechanism for his team this game. So going back to that one.
Darkseer is also going for the mech, and if we look at the timings,
Darkseer
they'll
gonna
both have it
that
around the same time. Because Quark pretty much has
Ah, yeah,
the
true.
same amount of gold. Quark's,
Must
yeah,
assume.
it's just the same.
Means in bottom lane we might have a fight going on. TC looking for KYX spy, but he's able to TP himself out. No ensnare there. And they
Yep,
can't
used
do
ensnare
anything but
already.
the ensnare to stop him from TPing out.
Boba does have his travels now, which is huge.
Oh, surge up from
Fear
net.
NTP.
Looking for a Sprout, looking for a Burrow Strike, gets it up on Korok. That should be Korok dead. He has got an Astral Imprisonment, can still use it to try and buy time for his team to try and help out, but
Got that off with
well,
the salve on
Boba's
himself.
here, March of the Machines for one, self there, and that's Korok still dead. Drops the Eclipse before he dies though. Maybe Boba can get a kill from that one. Net able to run himself away, and Boba is the one to die. Ohio with a double kill.
And that's his mech completed, plus that's going to shut down Liquid's mech for a little while.
Yeah.
That was a huge kill for them to get. Huge double kill, rather. You know, that's the two of the most farmed heroes from Liquid going down. Huge experience for them as well. Net's level 7 all of a sudden, and like a minute and a half ago, we just hit level 5. They've got level 6 on Visage, his birds are up. Fluff is trying to hit level 6 in mid right now. He's getting some time to catch up. Meanwhile, TC's hunting for a rune. And he's not going to get it. Spawn top, the birds just denied it, I didn't even get to see what it was. Smoke up on the Darkseer.
Well, let's see where he's going with that
Orange
one.
wants to keep the aggression going. And
Wait a
once again,
minute.
like this game, Orange is playing like the Orange of old. That I like around the G1 when they got, I believe, 3rd place in that tournament around that era. They're just
Yeah.
they're really known for their aggressive support play. Meanwhile, Ike's Mike is up to his old tricks. If you look at the Radiant Jungle in that ward, he loves placing that ward early in the game and just shutting down the farm in the jungle.
Well, he's actually shutting down Boba a little bit with that as OD goes down on the top lane. Darkseer will actually use for that one. And that's a killing spree for Ohio. They go for the next one. IX Mike will be the target. IX Mike, who still doesn't have a song.
Yeah,
And
he
that
was
also
getting a
doesn't
little
have a
greedy
life.
there, going for experience at level
Yep.
6. And ended up feeding away.
Especially just after Korok died there. Against
Yeah.
3 people. So that will be maybe a tier 1 tower going down. That would be the first tower of the game going down.
Yep. Orange is doing a good job of creating space for their bear, but Liquid's response isn't to give bear space, it's to stick to the bear and just let Korok deal with dying. They're not really giving him too much support on top lane. Fluff's been really preoccupied with trying to get level 6, which he did. He stole Battlecry from the bear, interesting spell to have,
Yeah,
but he just used it to use it.
because he can. Oh,
Ike's Mike is gonna get seen, no mana up on the Sand King though, no wand charges either, so he can't do anything.
and just placing some wards. Very aggressive play again still from Orange. And also now with
Yeah.
help of Ohio, just, you know, having control of over the Dire Jungle. And at this point, I mean, Liquid has got, of course, Boba with his boost of travel, and there's definitely still a lot of control in that one hero, but talking about control, Orange is the one that has most of it.
Yep, they're using Sand King plus Darkseer to create all of this as well. Plus the mobility of having a Furin that can TP in at any time. Furin ult to help out as well. They're just playing this so smart. They also rotated the bear to the safe lane a long time ago. That way he's able to get farm. Because when he's not on the safe lane, he can't get anything. Bear just, Lone Druid just activated his rune on the Sphere Bear.
Yeah, he just
Steal that
stole
away
it from
TC.
TC indeed. Let's see what Liquid is planning here. They pop the mirror images and gonna go for the tier 1. I'm expecting Orange to want to defend this though.
Yep, they've got mech up. They can Surge Iron Shield their Sand King again.
Yeah, they don't have an epicenter anymore. 13 seconds for
There
that
is a
one.
sleep for Liquid though.
Yes.
And you've got to be wary of that. Plus, it's always hard to initiate through March. They did get a tower trade though. Mushi and KYX went bottom lane.
Yeah, fortification was
Push it
actually
down.
used for Liquid for that one as well.
Mech already popped from Ohio. And Liquid's gonna back off.
Yeah, I mean they need to because their tier 2 is under siege. KYX by, I mean he didn't have the easiest lane on the top lane, but he definitely still has that demolish on his bear, so that's still a very dangerous pushing potential. In the meantime, the rest of Orange responds with smoking up, surging into the jungle, looking for TC. Burrow strike up on TC. Here comes an epicenter as well as a TP in from Mushi and a vacuum. All because it can. That is one dead Razor. A nice coordination from Orange again. I mean, leaving the bottom lane because there came defense for that anyway, and instantly taking down TC. Maybe getting some more control up on the top lane if they are able to.
Fluff
take
has
out the
Burrow
tower.
Strike, so he got the spell that he wanted to steal, and good defense mid from Liquid. But their top tower now is going to be under pressure.
Yep.
And Mushi's got TP up, he's got Treants up, he's going straight up the top lane. Mushi isn't going Shadowblade this game, he's going straight into a Sheep Stick as well.
Yeah, with no fortification up on Liquid, this will be a tier 2 tower down unless Liquid is fast enough. Rockets will come in. And the tower will be in the deny range, so they will try to take it down. Maybe the Familiars and the... actually, the Song will be there. The Familiars will take it down.
Gonna get it.
Yeah, here comes the Song though. Vacuum still up for Orange. And it will be the Darkseer that dies, but can they catch Mushi as well is the question.
Yeah,
Nice
Mushi is
Nature's
getting
Wrath.
outta
Burrow
here.
Strike comes in from Fluff and Stuff, and that will be Mushi dead. Almost taking down Fluff and Stuff with him though. 40 HP left.
Fluff still fear him.
And that's a pretty decent one to steal. 2 kills
I'm
going away from
surprised.
Liquid.
Dire's middle
Look at these
tower
Visage
is under
Familiars, they
attack.
just took the tower and landed, so they could have full damage. They weren't hunting Fluff though. Look at how little Fluff is, he didn't have a TP scroll. If he would have left those around on top lane, he could have caught himself a free kill.
Yeah, well, live and learn, live and learn. It's 7-6 right now. Liquid able to take it back a little bit. Goldgraph's still in favor of Orange quite heavily, but I mean with that fight, Liquid kind of making sure that they are still in this game and they're still able to get those fights going for themselves. Experience graph shows the drop down a little bit
But-
more clear.
Liquid used a 3-minute cooldown on Naga Sleep. There's still
Yeah.
2 minutes left on that cooldown. This is a huge window for Orange to try to capitalize on that. I need to stop saying that word. The
Yes.
check is crazy every single time.
And we have got
Go
a
to
tier 2 still picked
source.com.
up.
More importantly, this game, Liquid hasn't taken a single tower yet.
Yeah.
They've tried, but they've failed.
Yeah, a lot of
And
effort
the
being put to that
Sand King.
even.
This Sand King is getting so close to his Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, look at the supports from Liquid. They've got very little money because they haven't got any buildings of their own, and Liquid smoking up, going right after the Sand King right now. Good target choice. They can kill him.
Yeah, and of course one of the things...
Wrath
Oh.
of Nature from Fluff.
Yeah,
Oop, doesn't take his
Storm
core
Prism is
gadget.
still there. Here comes a Riptide as well. Net Burrow strikes himself towards the other side of the trees. Well, that's not going to be resulting into a kill. I mean, you were saying that Fluff and Stuff was going to be one of the supports that, you know, with that 4 roll, getting some farm up, getting a Blink Dagger and a 4 staff. He is so far away from getting that, and of course,
But that's
that's
because of the
towers,
tower.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's hurting him a lot right now. And therefore hurting Liquid a lot right now. Maybe they can get a tier 1 bottom though. But Net already sitting around. 50 gold until he has his Blink Dagger, but
Dire's top tower is under
perhaps he just wants to go for Burrow Epicenter this way. Burrow Strike Epicenter.
And Liquid once again, they came down here. Bulba didn't get enough procs on OD's aura, so he had to bots away. Now all of a sudden Liquid doesn't want to push. They don't have TC with them either. Liquid is at the point where they didn't get any towers early game, so they're behind in items and they want to try to get some bigger items up, like maybe work towards the BKB on TC before they actually go for a tower push. They do have the blink up on Bulba. He is working towards his Hex, which is good. He needs to get that up, but Furon's going to beat him to a Hex by a lot. And Furon has the ability to sprout trees or even kill trees with Nature's Call to try to find Bulba when he's TPing into a lane and blinking to trees. Let's have Visage Birds to scout him. So Tinker this game is going to have to be under a lot of pressure to not mess up and get picked off.
Yeah, there's
Meanwhile, Fluff with that Wrath of Nature is just spamming it off on cooldown.
more farm. He really wants to have his
It's not just more farm, it's about to be or go away,
oh yeah.
and you want to get it off one more time. But it's also helping to split push out their lanes.
Yeah, Orange though pushing up on the bottom lane a little bit. Mushi coming in with more trails, but already Bilby there with the March of the Machines. I mean, there's a lot of pressure upon Bilba at this point to be the one to stop the pushes from happening from Orange. Stop the split push, go face to face with Mushi, and it's starting to be pretty tough at the moment.
Yeah, he is the one with the vast majority of Liquid's farm. TC's been shut down with those 2 deaths, and again, no towers for Liquid. So big.
And we'll see how much pressure Orange wants to apply, how much space they want to give Liquid to get back into this game. The Bear
and,
has got his Maelstrom up.
Ohio is working towards the Hex of his own, he's only 2,000 away. Visage finished up a Force Death to get a utility item for his team. Force isn't an item you typically see on a Visage, but they've really wanted to have one to force out of the ensnare and break the link from Razor. because that's so much damage for Razor if you just let it happen.
Yeah,
But Axe Mike is under leveled.
level.
He's only got 2 points in ensnare.
He's only level 8. I mean, that's the lowest level in the game. He's not the only one. We also
Ooh,
have got Fluff and stuff level 8, as well as the Visage, but yeah.
Look at middle lane. With this ward down for the Radiant as well as Net's positioning, they're gonna look for a snipe
Yeah.
off.
They're gonna go for it with the Blink Dagger. Bury
Oh!
Epicenter misses Fluff and stuff. That is a save, and here comes the song. Maybe they can get something going right here. March of the Machines being put down by Boba. Let's see how much they can get. Mechanism already used by Orange. And that's going to be Ohio being bursted down. Looking for the next target, but everybody backs off. Blink Burrow Strike Epicenter fails. And Liquid making the kill score even once more. 7-7. Well, I say it's even, but we did have a deny for Sand King earlier today, so I guess it's still 6-7, but they're getting a tower with this as well.
Actually, you call that a lucky blink. Bubble saw the birds flying in.
I think you dropped your microphone again.
What?
Radiant's
Should be okay.
middle tower has
Hello?
been
You're
destroyed.
kind of soft.
Damn it. It's right there though. Okay, hello.
Yeah, this is better.
Alright. Anyway, Bulba saw the birds flying in, blinked away instantly. Net wasn't ready for that, so he stunned where he was gonna stun to only get Bulba, and he missed everyone.
KYXY on the top lane is so dead. Wall being used by Fluff and stuff to try and box KYXY in a little bit more.
And Liquid killed the bear before killing off the lone trooper.
Extra
Smart
300
play,
gold.
extra 300.
Awesome.
But yeah, after that, blink dodge by Bubble, which was brilliant. He took forever to rearm during the instant sleep that happened for Mike, and because of that, they didn't have a march down, and didn't have enough damage to get more than just the one hero they got there. Sure, killing Ohio for that was good because he got them a tower, but they definitely could have got more out of that. And Fluff is about to finish his blink off. IX Mike just finished Arcane Boost, so he's getting a little bit of item progression for himself as well.
Awesome.
So this game,
Yeah.
Hex finish for Mushi.
And side
That
device,
is a big
yeah.
item.
And blink up on Fluff. So yeah, big items all around. I like the side device, Mushi. Like you said, not going for Shadow Blade or anything like that. Just going straight up for the control. And that's good because of course BKBs are gonna follow soon. Razor actually is up quite close to his one. Just needs about 800 gold before he has got his BKB.
Korak's working towards a Force Staff. He's going to disassemble his Tranquils, get the Force, and then build into Treads after that.
Yeah.
So he's not anywhere near BKB for himself.
In comes the Hex up on TC. Net looking for Burst Strike, but in comes the TPs from Liquid. They want to answer. Rockets will fly. And then Tangle already used on a creep right now means that that bear is going to be useless for a while. Fluff blinks in, telekinesis up on Ohio, but he should be able to get himself away anyways.
Yeah, Mike didn't follow up. He knew that that was an overextension. And Liquid does not want to do that right now. Because they just got the game back pretty much.
Yeah.
They were at a huge deficit, they brought it back, and they don't want to overextend and throw that all away.
And I mean, they are at a huge deficit while being 3 towers behind. Imagine what they could do. Like, now they're keeping it even with 3 towers behind. Imagine what they can do when they still pick up those towers that are still sitting around there waiting for Liquid to pick up their free gold.
The question now is, how long does Liquid wait to push in? Do they wait for the Hex on Bulba? That's about 2,000 gold away. A little bit less. Do they wait for the 4-7 treads on Quark? That's still like 1,400 gold away. Or do they just wait for the BKB on TC, which is 350 gold away, and then go for it? Because the longer they wait, the more items that Orange is also going to get. They're getting close to a Hex on Ohio. He's only 1,200 away right now. The Bear is continuously farming. We don't know what he's going for yet. It could be a Vlad's. That would be a solid pickup. Initiation on Fluff.
Yep, Blink Burrow. And Burrow strikes himself out though. Fluff's still alive at the moment, but he is gonna get. Oh, telekinesis up on the bear. In comes Mushi. That's Fluff and stuff dead. Ike's Mike looking to save him. Wants to go for the song. That's a wasted song. He still got it on cooldown before he died. And that should be a way for Orange to get into the tier 2s.
And Ike's Mike just made the mistake of trying to save his teammate.
A support, that is.
Yeah. I've made that mistake a lot, more than I cared to admit, and you always feel really bad when you make that mistake. 'Cause you could have gotten away with that with only one person dying, and not losing your tower, but because 2 people died and you wasted a 3-minute cooldown in sleep, that's a tower and potentially Roshan. Doesn't look like Orange wants to risk that though. But they could, they definitely could.
There's no wards up for either team.
Yep,
But
the
you-
big thing about sleep is you can't go for Roshan when sleep is up. You don't. Because if you get slept and the Roche is stolen, you look like the biggest idiots in the world. But if sleep's on cooldown, you could go for Roche. But with Bulba sitting here marching it, there's no way that Orange is gonna contest it.
Yeah, BKB now up on TC.
She finished for Ohio.
Yeah, also
Spoke
that.
picked up for Ohio as well.
Yeah, fight for Roshan should break out soon. I mean, we are at about that time where teams kind of want to have that edge for themselves. But as
Yep.
you said, I mean, that Marching Machines in a song, pretty important thing for Liquid. And even though they don't have a song right now, it's only 100 seconds until it's back up again.
A big thing for Liquid is gonna be, can Korok get Ashel's off immediately when his teammates get hexed? Ashel lasts for 4 seconds, Sheep is 3.5. So if he can get that Ashel off, then like TC for example, pops his BKB instantly, that's huge. To screw up the initiation from Orange.
Look at where Net's sitting.
Net has been sitting in very, very aggressive position, he just got scouted.
Yeah,
Now he's gonna have to back out of there.
he does.
Yep. Blink straight out.
Meantime, on the top lane, we might see Mushi in a little bit of trouble there. And I say a little bit, I do mean a lot, actually. That's gonna be one more hit. Boom.
Bulba picks up that kill, which is big, because now he's even close to his hex.
In the meantime, in mid lane, we have a fight as well, though. Razor in the one to go down. KYX with the last hit.
And that's
tier
gonna
to
be a tower.
Dire's middle tower
Liquid
is
can't get
under
back in
attack.
time to contest that. They should go for
Dire's
trade
structures
and try to get this
are
tier 1 top. Which Fluff wants to do. His team doesn't want to do it though.
Dire's middle tower
What did Fluff pick up? Did he? Oh, he picked up Treants. I was gonna say, like, how did he get those minions? But no tower for him. KYX comes in with an Iron Shell and a Bear. Should be enough to clean out the creep wave. But this was the last outer tower for Liquid still standing.
Yep. Orange has done a really good job of taking down towers this game. And it shows in their net worth. They've got through the top 4. Korok and TC are suffering and trailing behind the cores, while their supports are also trailing behind the supports of Orange. Big gold lead, mainly due to the towers, and the experience lead is... I'm going to attribute that to how well Orange played the early game, in making sure that they didn't have any heroes that were behind at all, ever. And they got a lot of kills off on the core heroes from Liquid, as well to help build this experience lead. But their support solo lanes, well, they had heroes that could actually jungle, and the Furion and Darkseer, and all that attributed to the experience that they have now. And that's 10,000 gold lead that they've also built, which is definitely huge.
Look at the positioning from Orange. I mean, they've been sitting in an aggressive position with the 3 of them here on the Dire Jungle for a while. Just looking for ways to initiate. They really
And
want to play aggressive.
Fluff was hiding in the tree, he spawned some treants, and now he's splitting them up with some solid micro, and he's just scouting his own jungle for Orange.
And he's gonna find them soon. And actually, that forces Orange out of the jungle. So good on Liquid. Roshan though,
But
still up.
there's 2 really well-placed aggressive wards coming out from Orange that are most likely not going to get countered. I like the positionings of these 2. There's some that I've used quite frequently, and they just rarely get countered.
It's not awkward.
Bulba's...
Very common more
I-
places.
Bulba does have his hex. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Nope.
That is definitely big. I want to see if Liquid wants to take fights, because they've got their items up on their core heroes. The one thing they could possibly want is for Korok to get a BKB or a hex. But he's so far away that there's no point in waiting for that.
One downside though, I mean, if Liquid loses one fight, even if their lanes are not pushed out or are pushed out properly, they will still lose Roshan. And with
Yep.
that Roshan, Orange can go high ground. So how much do they want to force out a fight? Like, because they don't have any outer towers left to trade if they lose it, if they lose a fight. They can't take that chance.
It's gonna be kind of hard for Orange to go high ground because TC can Spirit Link the bear, and they can ensnare it, so that bear can't just get away.
True. Tier 1 tower top will end up going down, so that's gonna be Liquid getting themselves
There is a Rosh Chem coming out,
yep. I think
and
Orange should be able
Liquid
to do
knows.
that.
Liquid knows about this, I think. Yeah, they do. With sleep, Orange can't go. They just can't.
Liquid
Mushi
not in a position
TP's
to go either though.
Yeah, Mushi TP scrolls straight up to top lane to split push and farm it out.
And we don't have a medallion up on Liquid, so no fast Roshan for them. Should they want to sneak one in, but it's not possible at the moment.
I'm surprised at how little Alex Mike uses images to sit in lanes, use Riptide, and split push out lanes, and get farm for himself. He hasn't really been doing that often. He's leaving the farming lanes mainly for Bulba. Ooh, and Mushi picks up a BKB. Smart item decision.
No more
Sees
song.
Sees a Tinker has a Hex. Doesn't want to get chain hexed and killed, so he buys a BKB.
If those two now meet, that should be going the way of the Nature's Prophet. Fluff and Stuff blinking himself away, but gets blinked afterwards by Net. Ooh. Nice anticipation by Net, but Net getting hexed up. Telekinesis there as well. Here comes another Hex, this time up on Fluff and Stuff, who will end up going down. Visit with the kill. BKBs turn on plenty. Sprout up on Bulba. In comes the song. Still some BKBs going. Does help kill off Bulba in the end. Mushi getting ensnared though, and because he has his BKB, he was the only target there. That's gonna be IX Mike. And in the meantime, TC plus 224 damage, looking pretty solid. Now goes on KYXpy. That's gonna be a double kill for TC. Can he find more people to kill off? I don't think so. Everybody else backing off of Orange. That is a lot of damage stolen up on TC.
Bulba did buy back there, so there are 2 kills for Orange, 3 kills for Liquid. Before the sleep happened, he was able to get the drain, the static link drain, onto the bear. So the Spirit Bear had 0 damage, and TC had all the damage in the world, and he used that to his advantage.
Roshan now attempted. They're still familiar. That scouts us all out. We have a vacuum up for Ohio as well. In comes a vacuum, not to the high ground though. And the mechanism being used, that should be enough for Liquid to take this Aegis. Oh, Telekinesis up on X.
To the birds!
Yeah, that's gonna be Fluff. He stole the birds. He loses the gem though. That's a big loss. In comes the snare. IX Mike looking to save that gem. Has for imprisonment on 1. Focus fire on X. That should be a mechanism trying to keep them safe. In comes the rest of Orange. Down goes the just acquired Aegis. There goes TC, who was able to pick up the gem. Korra comes back up into a bundle of enemy heroes. Will get picked up, and IX Mike running for his life gets Burrow striked upon by Net, and that is gonna be 4 dead on the side of Liquid and Orange. With this, they might be able to go high ground.
Yeah, that was a big time overextension from Liquid. They got harassed down a lot by the Familiars and Darkseer being really annoying over there, and they just overextended as Orange was rezzing. Orange didn't even have to use buybacks for that, they were just rezzing and got there in time. It's huge for Orange. So huge.
They get a bit of tier 3 damage out of that. Fortification gets forced out as well. The bear's still standing there because he can. They do get forced out though. Everybody is back up again for Liquid soon. And with the margin of machines there, they can't really go in.
If you look at the gold graph, Liquid brought it back quite a bit with that fight and taking the Roche. Then they just lost so much of it right back to Orange. It's at about a 9.5k deficit right now.
Yeah.
Experience-wise, it's about a 6k lead for Orange. A little bit less.
Yeah, and I mean that's mostly for Mushi with his Hand of Midas. I mean, there's 3 level 17s in the game, and Mushi is one of those 3. There are 2 of them are on Orange, and 1 of them is on Liquid only. Supports on Liquid are also still a little bit lower than the supports up on Orange, though. Both are level 11. Of course, that's great. You got those level 2 ultis, but level 13 up on the supports for Orange.
Yeah, it's really important to get a lot of levels on the support Naga. That way your images are tankier, you're able to actually split push with them. Because a support Naga still should function the same as a carry Naga in that you can split push heavily with that hero. But IX Mike once again hasn't been doing that and isn't really able with only rank 1 images. And he needs to have rank 4 ensnare for that bear so he can ensnare it up to make sure that TC can get a huge damage drain off. TC is also building into Halberd to make sure that that bear can't auto attack him or anyone during the fights. And the bear is about to have an AC, or has an AC finish rather.
Oh, pretty neat. Looking for maybe a Basher next. I would like to see that one.
Basher or Vlad's. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be Vlad's. Hood picked up from Visage. He's probably working into a pipe. So Orange is looking for all these teamfight items so they can crack the base, and that's smart from them. There was a smoke up from Liquid. It's on Korak right now as well as the 2 supports. It's not on TC or Bulba though. Bulba doesn't really need it. He's blinking his way down to bottom.
March of the Machines just help push a little bit. KWX realizing someone is around there, and he's not the only one. I mean, there's a smoked up IX Mike and Fluff and stuff indeed. So they're looking to find a kill.
It's a little bit weird that Bulb would be down bottom, throwing out marches if Liquid was looking for a kill there. So if they're looking for kills, he shouldn't be throwing out those marches. I think he just realized that, hey, that's a tier 1 tower. We don't want to get counter initiated on and play too over aggressive here.
No. Still some people trying to make it happen though.
Oh, Fluff sees that the Invis rune spawn bottom, blinks over, picks it up. There is a gem up on net though. He did take that from Fluff, or from IX Mike actually, who bought it. But Fluff is the one that initially lost it.
Yeah.
Visage Bird scouting around on top, waiting for Bulba to TP up there to farm and then blink into the trees. Because if he does that, then look at the Sand King Darkseer ready to run straight in at him and just kill him off.
It's not gonna happen for now. The Liquid happily farming some ancients, and without any vision on the map, they're not likely to really go out by themselves. And we actually have Bulba TPing to the tier 3 just to be extra safe.
Yep. He knows that with Furion having BKB plus Hex, he is very susceptible to ganks. He also picked up a Ghost Scepter to help himself live against the bear, and familiars, and the Furion's right click. Furion picked up a Demon Edge, most likely working towards Critter MKB, Daedalus or MKB rather. Don't know which yet though. Those Visage Birds are still just stalking around on top. Because those 2 birds plus Furion TP could equal a dead Korok. I'll have to see if they want to attempt it.
Yeah, of course, pretty close to the tier 3 as well, so TPs could be there. If it
they
is
also
too close.
don't have any wards, so they don't know where Liquid's positioned right now, so it's really greedy to go for, which is why Orange isn't doing it.
Yeah, they are checking the Ancients. Orange the one to really be trying to find people right now, but for now they can't really do anything. Liquid sticking together as well. We've got a Heaven's Halberd picked up by TC, completed to probably disarm Nature's Prophet most of all at this point.
No. Nature's Prophet's got a BKB with a long duration on it. He still has 9 seconds on it. He's going to be using that on the Spear Bear. Because that Spear Bear's roots, super annoying. Even if he doesn't have damage on the actual bear, the roots are...
Blink Burrow up on TC, but...
there's no way they can follow up on that.
And Boba instantly comes in as well.
This is a really tense situation for both teams, because, like, I'm gonna just say it one last time. This group, or both groups, are so closely contested, where all of the teams have a chance of getting top 4. All of them have a chance of getting bottom 4 if they don't perform well in certain matches. This is one of those matches that's really, really even between the 2 teams. So if either team can pull off a win here, it's huge for them. So they both want to be really careful and not make any mistakes right now.
Yeah, I mean, Orange, they probably know that they are ahead, but they don't really have a way to really go in. I mean, the turtle potential on Liquid is very huge, and their counter initiation with the song is, you cannot underestimate that ever. So Orange is playing fairly safe. They have now smoked up, looking for something, looking to try and make something happen. They only find illusions, though. And they will go top lane. Perhaps they can
Bear
get
is
something
working
going.
towards an MKB. He sees the halberd, so he wants to get an MKB, so if he does, or is able to attack, he's getting the full damage off onto TC.
That's gonna be a burrow check up on Korok. Here comes the song though. Catches out Mushi. And a lot of people hanging around, still waiting for people to go up on.
Oh boy, good bird stuns.
Yep. IX Mike will be the target. In the meantime, we have got Fluff and Stuff running for his life as well, but that's just 2 supports being picked up. The rest was able to get himself out, so they don't even lose that much. Liquid still 2 kills there behind, but could have been worse.
It's still pretty bad to give up 2 supports like that.
Yeah, and a main thing probably being the song to give that up. But
at this point, it's rank 2. It's only a 2-minute cooldown. Losing 2 heroes for 45 seconds or so is a big deal, though. MKB picked up by Mushi. So there's 1 MKB. The Bear's also working on 1. Soon to be 2 MKB. Well, not too soon, but there will be 2 MKBs up.
unless it's a basher.
I don't think so. Not with that halberd up. If there wasn't a halberd in play, I'd agree, but there is, so I disagree.
Okay. Still hoping for basher, but we'll see. 18 to 12, 40 minutes into the game.
If you think about it with that damage drain, the bear wants to get more damage stacked up on its bear, more right click damage, That way, if it's a little drain, he's able to still do damage.
Sure.
But now, even if it's just like a 2 or 3 second drain, that bear does nothing. 'Cause it only has 73 plus 6. Okay, it needs to be a pretty big drain actually to get him to do nothing. But his damage gets mitigated so hard by that static link. And Razor was picked up first too. Bear was the last pick for Orange, so gotta throw that out. Orange really needs to get a big pick off on
Dire's
Tinker
bottom tower has
or
been
Razor without them having buyback to be able to break high ground here. And they're setting up to try and get pickoffs. It's just Liquid's not giving them the opportunity.
Yeah, I like orange wardings actually. I mean, bottom lane. Oh, we actually
I
have top
should
lane.
say-
Maybe. Oh, Baba blinking himself out of there. Net sitting in the March of the Machines.
But Bulba's got no way of knowing that Net's there unless he like randomly blinks on top of him, which I doubt.
Nope. And orange going back to where their wards are standing.
Oh, Ward's coming over to Net on the chicken. Ran a sneak route, and he just places one right where he's standing.
And that's gonna be a sentry ward
Okay,
because there's a
if
gym.
I like clicked on that ward, he can see that it's a full duration, brand new ward, and he could have ran up there, but he didn't click on the ward and check the duration. So Net is able to just run away. Nifty use of that gem though.
Yeah. We have got Ohio with the Scythe of Vice ready. Looking for Shiva's guard most likely. I mean, Orange's items, they get bigger and bigger, and I guess they don't need to be in any rush in this game.
Yep. They're getting all of these teamfight items. They got Pipe Up on the Visage. I'd like to see them get Vlad's on the Bear, but he's working just for damage items. He's actually got an Invisor active, but there is a gem on IX Mike. And Bulba's still just blinking into these trees, popping a couple marches, blinking again, TPing out. He's going for a Yules actually, which is another way of CCing the Bear for a very long time in fights.
Yep.
This is something that Dendy did at DreamHack Summer 2012, and I want to say it was the Grand Finals. He got a Yules on Tinker later on in the game against the Spirit Bear, and he just kept throwing the Bear up in the fight, hexing someone else. Throw the Bear up into the air, hex someone else. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah,
The
I remember
Bear,
that game.
pretty worthless in the fights, so it's a nice item decision from Bulba there.
It was the game they won before they
Another-
went to the grand stage, I believe.
Yep, it was game 1, and they lost to 2 on stage.
Yep.
The Dream Arena stage. Anyway, back to this game.
Sorry.
Well, still at one ward on Net. I want to see where he's gonna try to place this because Orange wants to be aggressive. They want to get that pick off, and it has to be on one of the core heroes without buyback. Boba doesn't have buyback right now because he bought the Yules.
It would be a very big pickup if they're able to pick him up, but he's playing it very safe, constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to. They know that Orange is the one to be on the hunt. They need to try and make Orange maybe a bit desperate for going for something that they think is safe and then make it not safe. And look at that, I am right.
It is a basher on the Bear.
It
Wow.
is a basher on the Bear.
Good call, Shiver.
Thank you. We also have Odina with the Scythe of Ice ready, so that looks good. As we have actually
Before-
Mushi dead. There's no way he's gonna live through that one. 5
And
people there
Roshan is
for
up,
Liquid.
so Mushi's gonna have to buy back here. But when he does, Liquid's gonna be able to sleep. There's no wards for Liquid on any of their supports, are there?
They should be knowing
Oh,
that this
Fluff
is
has
going
one.
on though.
Fluff does have, yeah, they know.
They smoke up. They go for it.
Orange 100% knows. I'm surprised Fluff hasn't placed his ward to get vision, but they're just using the gem images that Ike's Mike has. They should see the smoke coming in.
Yeah, not
Should.
just yet. There comes one more to the machines. There goes the Aegis, still picked up by the OD. Instantly the song. Orange might be in a
Mushi
bit of
buyback.
trouble right now. Buyback from Mushi. Let's see if he can help out with this fight. BKB gets turned on. We already have Korok dropping very fast, but he puts himself under. Epicenter goes through. Seems to be not doing anything at this point apart from forcing Fluff back, who gets killed off by a familiar. TC with a lot of damage extra stolen, almost 200 extra damage, looking for targets. Rubik's still able to pick up the Dark Seer as TC is trying to chase down the Bear, but he gets Burrow Strike right now and everybody backs off. Orange do not want to be here anymore. They did get 2 kills out of that one though, and they only lose a Dark Seer. Yet, so far, because it could still change around. In comes Burrow Strike, Bulba. Oh my god, that Eclipse! Korok with a double kill, making it go away, making Orange go away, because that is a team wipe. Triple kill from Korok.
Big thing right now, buyback status. We know that Mushi's is on cooldown. Bear has one, but Bear won't have a Bear. Korak killed off his bear around the Roche Pit, then he resummoned it to use it to try to get kills. Wasn't able to, so he's got 90 seconds on cooldown. His buyback, worthless. The Darkseer has no buyback. The Sand King doesn't have Epi. He does have buyback though. But he's going to be up in 30 seconds. So no buybacks are going to happen here. Liquid is going to get damage onto the tier 3. Then Glyph is going to pop and they're going to back out. Huge fight for Liquid though.
Yep.
They did expend the Aegis right away, but Korak all of a sudden has money for a BKB, which he desperately needs. He went for a greedy build and going to Scythe before his BKB, but it paid off in a big way there because he had the damage on his ult from getting that Scythe. And that was a game-changing Sanity's Eclipse right there.
Now let's see how greedy Liquid is, because they are continuing on to the barracks right here.
Here's up.
Here comes Ohio, Burrow Strike into Vacuum, BKB already turned on again. Looking for the next target.
TPing in. They gonna hit the buildings?
More March of the Machines. There goes the buildings. That's gonna be melee racks down if someone chooses to attack that one more last time. That's gonna be Visage down. Burrow Strike comes in up on 2 again. Net though getting a snare. That's gonna be a double kill for Korak.
Net still has buyback. He's waiting to see if they have a chance of going, and nope. Liquid actually got the racks there, plus another 2 kills on the supports. That's so many big items coming the way of Liquid's cores right now, because the cores didn't die there.
Look at that gold graph.
Yeah.
That is
huge. Huge. Korak's not even going for BKB, you got a Ghost Scepter. What are you doing? Get a BKB. TC's got an Agnum. That's so good on Razor.
Oh,
not just for killing
Ethereal
buildings.
Blade.
E-Blade. Alright. He just did that.
That is gonna be a fun build for him.
Bulba's got 4,300 gold. He might go for Knee-Blade himself, to be honest. Or he could go for Shiva's. Shiva's and Smoke picked up on the Darkseer. He disassembled his boots and sold away the energy booster to be able to afford the Shiva's. Because he wants that going to the next fight, for sure. That ore is actually really good. Especially against heroes like OD that only have treads for attack speed. Losing some of that attack speed is definitely a big deal in lowering his damage output. But Liquid taking another tower right away.
Yeah, only one outer tower left standing on the side of Orange. I mean, that's gonna put the gold grab almost back to 0. And since Liquid was already able to hold their own with being 15k gold behind, now all of a sudden they're looking super duper strong. Experience graph also is just plummeting down below the 0 line.
Look at this with March and Razor's Ag's ult. They're just not even able to contest. And Razor just static links the bear.
That bear is so dead though.
That bear's done.
And that
just stole 140 damage to help their push even further.
Yeah.
KYXY has no bear for 40 seconds either. This is huge for Liquid.
In comes a Burrow Strike. Telekinesis up on Ohio. He's already hexed up. He's already dead before anything happens though. Or actually the song helps out. Ike's Mike still goes down. Mushi with the BKB. In comes an Eclipse. Helping force Ohio back. And Ohio actually goes down. Bulba up on the air for now. In comes a Burrow Strike at an epicenter. Able to do quite a bit of damage to Liquid, but only Bulba is the one to go down next to Ice Mech. And Bulba actually buys back Mushi. 40 HP. Running for his life as the gem drops because OD dies. They're not able to get the Rex just yet though, but buybacks for everybody. And of course Bulba back in this instantly. No boosted Treffle up on the OD though, so he is walking his way back towards this bottom lane. The rest of his team backing off. March and Machine still flying. Rockets as well. Melee Rex 300 HP left. Liquid, they have backed off completely right now, but again, a great fight for them.
Liquid there.
Even trade.
They got a little nervous with the advantage they had. Wow, BKB picked up on Fluff. That's a pretty big item. They got a little overzealous with their advantage there and threw a bit of it away. Using that double buyback there, Korak not going to have a BKB for a very long time. That's good news for Orange. Bulba's buyback on cooldown. If they can pick him off, or they can pick Korak off, they could go for a game-ending push.
Yeah.
Maybe not game-ending if it's only one of the two, but if they win a team fight, they definitely can. Win a team fight in a big way, that is. Then again, Mushi's buyback, that's actually going to be back off cooldown very soon.
Yeah, just 20
he actually
seconds.
bought a Chrysalis
More
and a
Ethereal
Helmet
Blades.
Yep.
Yeah, well that's going to be Bulba with an Ethereal Blade as well, so 2 on the board.
They can use those Ethereal Blades on that bear, so the bear really can't attack. Unless he buys a BKB for it. Which he actually transferred his bear's main items to himself. because he's realized that this bear is worthless in fights.
Yep.
Absolutely worthless. He puts Tranquil Boots on the bear, Bazzy on the bear, and it still has an Orb of Venom. He even put a TP scroll on the bear, just so he can carry one around for himself if he needs it. They transfer over one of the smaller items that, like, Magic Wand or Cloak or something, and then just TP out. Transfer back after. Liquid going for another push here.
Yeah, let's see how far they can get. I mean, at this point, even just barreling through and get the racks without, you know, really going for a team fight. Oh, actually, yeah, nice Burrow Strike Epicenter. I say nice. It's only Ike's Mike that feels the pain from that one. He does end up going down. TC living through that. Turns on his BKB right now. Ohio picked up. And the rest of Orange trying to make their way out. Ethereal Blades for everybody. In comes another Burrow Strike from Net. He has to make his way out though, almost dying. Actually does die. TC though goes down with him. Mushi getting hexed up. The next target for Korok, in comes an Eclipse, and that's gonna be getting a kill to Fluff and Stuff, who gets a double kill. Korok, ooh, he barely saves himself there with the Astral Imprisonment. Let's see if the Familiars can get that kill. Yes, they can. That's Visage with the kill upon Korok. Bulba still in this. Hexes up on Mushi. Is alone still with Fluff and Stuff here. They want to really get these racks, and they might be able to. Getting hexed up still, though, and actually this Visage X gets himself a triple kill in the end. That's a team wipe on the side of Liquid, and that is one melee rack still standing with 50 HP. Standing strong, X MVP.
That was a buyback from X. That was also a buyback from Mushi there to get that. But Mushi is Furion. He TV'd straight up to top, just pushed in, and he's going to try to put some pressure onto this tier 3 tower. No buybacks available for Liquid, aside from... wow, no. TC bought out a AC. He doesn't have a buyback either. So Mushi can actually get a lot of damage here. He doesn't know the buyback status of TC, though. So he has to play a little scared. He also doesn't really know the buyback status of Fluff. Plus buyback is up, so he's not going to go for it. That was a huge fight from Orange. They needed those buybacks to come in.
Yeah. They saved
they
their
absolutely
racks,
needed
though.
it. That's Daedalus finished for Mushi now. If he so chooses. He might try to go for a Satanic instead to get really tanky. Because his BKB is going down. It's only 6-second duration now. TC, in the meanwhile, only has a 5-second duration BKB. That was so big to save that rack, though. I was going to say that Korok made a big play in that fight. He got that Astral off right away as the Hex went in on TC. Immune to all of the epicenter damage. And immune to Sand King stun.
Yeah.
It's a good play from him. That's what kept Liquid in that fight. Then the two buybacks come out and Visage Birds getting that kill on Korok. So he couldn't run away. It was also pretty big.
Visage getting the kill on everybody. I mean, he got a triple kill in the end of
Yeah,
that
dropping
fight.
a big triple kill.
Yeah. I mean, Liquid
Visage
thought
is
they could
just one of
still
those
kill off
heroes.
those racks, but nope.
Yeah. Visage has 3,200 gold right now, and Daedalus finished for Mushi. He chose to go for the more damage route. Which I like. Definitely like having more damage before you go for the Satanic. Satanic is his obvious next choice, and then after that it'll be saving for buyback / Satanic / upgrading his BKB to a new 10-second one. As the game goes really long. Smoke out from Liquid. They're looking for pickoffs.
Yeah, look to go back bottom
They're
again.
also looking to bait Bulba, more importantly. Because Bulba's the most likely hero to get ganked.
Well, Net's gonna soon find out if that's gonna be real or not. Liquid decided not to go, having their smoke not popped just yet.
Yep, they don't want to go too far because Bulba had to go back to the fountain to regenerate. Both teams know that Roche is going to be coming up very soon here. If you look at the ward placed from Orange, this is a ward that I originally saw placed in, I think, G1 by DK. It's a ward I've used a lot. That thing is so useful. It goes all the way to the rune, and it gives great vision around the Roche pit, plus it'll very, very rarely get countered. Because not many support players know about that ward spot.
Well, that all changes today.
Well, for the viewers listening, but not for the players in the game, unless they listen to the VOD.
It's true. That's true.
But they have so many matches to do that they might not. They're probably not going to.
You don't have time
Listen.
to watch every game
Yeah,
before
exactly.
before the main event starts. I mean, that's just not possible. You can watch the drafts and such. You can see what heroes they use.
Liquid's going on Roche right now.
Yeah. Seeing how
Korok
far
is
they can
beating
get.
him up.
Familiars are still coming in though. They will scout this out. And Snare.
Ooh,
Gets
disjointed
dodged.
by the send home on the bear.
Yeah, nicely done.
Familiar stunning up Korok. Korok is still just beating on Roche.
Yeah, and that's
Hex up
actually
on the
TC.
TC.
Nice double burrow strike. Ike's Mike already dead. TC
Oh.
turns on his BKB, but has to run for his life right now. There's a pipe up for Orange, able to dodge a bit of the damage that Korok jumps out. He forces himself to the high ground, but he gets followed by Familiar Birds again. And that might be a soul submission, and that's a double kill for X. Again, nice steal for Fluff, still getting that Darkseer wall up, but that's not really gonna have any results here.
Roche and cheese for Orange.
Roche and cheese, Aegis and cheese for Orange. That's gonna be allowing them maybe to take a counter Rax. But they have to first push the middle lane back out again. That's gonna be their downside.
Ooh, Boa with a rocket picks off one. Then he gets hexed up. Boa playing super aggressive. Fluff's here to support him.
Yeah, vacuum
two?
back in. Nice tornado. Fluff turning on his BKB. Boba, soul submission, extinct. He actually has 16 kills in this game. I mean, I just want to take a moment to see that he has been in 29 out of the 31 kills. That's Visage. 29 out of the 31. He only missed 2.
Good hero.
Visage good hero.
This is the first game where he's really shining, and this is a 5 Visage. Right, he didn't get priority on farm. He's got farm through kills. And he has an Aghanims completed
And
now.
he's got a lot of kills.
His Summon Familiars is on cooldown for another minute, so it'll be a minute until we have 3. But 3 of those birds, so useful.
We have already seen what he can do with 2. I mean, yeah, would be quite insane. With an Aegis on the side of Orange, Liquid will probably wait with trying to push in again on the bottom lane until that Aegis is gone, or until Orange has shown their cards about what they are planning to do, if they are indeed wanting to be aggressive, or if they want to use the time that they have the Aegis to get back a little bit up more of their farm, perhaps. I mean, can I even still say that? 57 minutes into the game. Gold graph is very close to even. Still a bit in favor of Orange again, after of course previous fights. Especially experience graph will show that. I think, actually, no, that's not the case.
Even with its Aegis and cheese, it's still going to be a little bit hard for Orange to break Liquid's base. There's marches. The bear can't siege against this lineup at all. He can't send his Spear Bear into siege with items. He has to keep the items on his hero and right click with his hero, because that bear is just worthless against Liquid's lineup. Especially with the W Blade. Triple Familiar just got summoned by Extinct. Fluff picked up a 4 staff after already completing his BKB a little while ago. Korok is lacking the gold for buyback despite it being up. TC is a little bit of gold short of having his buyback up, because he's level 25, he's going to lose a lot of gold when he dies, so he's just not going to have that buyback available.
Not unless he gets a kill before he dies. We're going to see if he gets that. We have got Orange waiting around the top lane, seeing if someone comes to farm this creep camp. So far though, no luck. And of course, I mean, this is one of the downsides of Orange. They can't leave their base for too long period of time, because that middle lane will push in. Mushi can try to push it back.
Really will. Yeah, Mushi can defend it long enough. But they can't siege. That's the bigger problem for Orange. They have to take a team fight outside of Liquid's base, and Liquid doesn't have to leave their base right now. So Orange, or Liquid's not going to leave their base, rather, because there's an Aegis and cheese up for Orange. There's also buyback cooldown on Bulba, not enough gold for buyback for TC or Korok, so there's no reason for Liquid to take a fight right now, and they won't. They know that they can just sit in their base and defend, and try to get a little bit of gold as the creep waves push in. He'll look at Mushi. He wants vision in this area. He wants to fight in that area that he just circled. And I'll just circle it again.
Yep.
That whole area.
It's a nice circle.
It's like he wants vision in that area so he can see Liquid's movement. He knows that Liquid needs to get into their jungle to get money. That's the one place that Liquid's gonna feel kind of safe going. The other is Ancients, which they already cleared out. And Liquid just has to play passive. They're forced into this by the Aegis and cheese, and also knowing the strength of their turtle. Meanwhile, KYXY is just pushing straight up this middle lane. He's got 4,000 gold. He's getting close to a damage item for himself. He could even possibly go for an Abyssal Blade. I'm going to throw that one out there. Although I think he might go for MKB.
We'll see what he goes for. Orange still trying to be a little bit aggressive here, trying to find Liquid out of position. But
sorry, having Abyssal Blade would be so huge just to go through these BKBs.
True.
Mainly the BKB of TC.
And I mean, he's not using his bear anyway, so he can actually has the Abyssal Blade himself. Yep.
And Korok's Ethereal Blade choice hasn't really done much for Liquid at all. Definitely think he would rather have a BKB right now instead of that.
Probably. That Nature's Prophet, by the way, filthy rich. 6,300 gold for him.
Yep, he's got enough money almost for buyback and Satanic.
Yeah.
Needs a little bit more. He actually just sold the Dominator and bought an Orchid. Alright.
Because he can. Because he can.
He wants... Bulba doesn't have a BKB, but he does have Yules. If Bulba's Yules is on cooldown, he could Orchid him up, and then Bulba's just screwed. I guess Bulba's got Ethereal Blade and Yules as 2 defensive items. But last time, when Bulba was forced to use his buyback, he was playing aggressive and got caught and killed for it. Around this area, Bulba used Ethereal Blade on himself and then just did a Visage Nuke straight to the face and died.
I don't see where you
There
drew.
is... Oh, on the minimap, we're on the Roche pit. And this
yeah.
little engagement over here.
Yes. See it. I see it.
He had to, he E-bladed himself and just died to a Visage Nuke. There's a lot of spell damage that E-blade isn't super useful for saving himself. Korok's also tanked a lot of extra spell damage from using that E-blade too. It's really peculiar that they have 2 of them.
Yeah, maybe some kind of idea that they had that would help them out, but
30 seconds left on this Aegis.
it's gonna be either reason for Orange to steal 4s out of team fight, but I doubt it. It's not gonna be.
Was the cheese used by someone? Or is that on the Spirit Bear? Nope, it was used.
It was used.
Alright, so once this Aegis is done, some of the advantage is gone. And actually he picks up a Mjolnir on the Spirit Blade on the Lone Druid. Aegis reclaimed right now, so that's gone. Liquid should know this, and they're playing defensively still.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's check out
this
buyback
moment,
status.
Yeah, before we do that, just quickly, I mean, I'm showing the experience graph one last time, but there's now so many people level 25 that it will go back to 0 at some point, so tough luck for that, sorry. No more experience graph.
Liquid's going for a small smoke gank. It's just Mike and TC. They have the ability for Bulba to TP in, but Korok's stuck sitting in base. Korok has buyback available even after he dies. Bulba's got buyback available even after he dies. Same with TC. So that's really, really good news for Liquid. And Liquid just has heroes sitting around where Bulba's going to TP, trying to catch Orange out. And Orange, once again, they want to push, they want to be aggressive, but they can't because Liquid's playing so defensively right now.
Frustrating.
And once again, that's because of how important this match is. You know, it's obviously the international group stages are preliminaries, but these are 2 really evenly contested teams, and every game counts for a lot.
It does, and it is such an even game here as well. I mean, this is as even as you're gonna get it.
Yeah, this is by far the most closely contested affair we've casted so far today.
Yeah. I mean, the kill score is even only 2 kills difference. Orange, of course, I mean, they were ahead for a long time this game, but Liquid never really looking off the mark. Keeping their heads cool, able to take now Rax as well, of course. I mean, they are 1 Rax ahead. They still got some Bear Rax standing. By the way, that's back to full HP at this point.
All of that regen.
Yep.
Mike placing an aggressive ward in the Radiant jungle. Too bad the Radiant team is never in their own jungle. That ward is kind of useless.
They're just waiting for Bubba to show himself. I'm
really, really surprised that KYXY decided to finish Mjolnir for himself. He could have saved for buyback still and then slowly worked towards an Abyssal. I think that Abyssal would do a lot more for him than this Mjolnir.
Yeah, so far, I mean, we do have X now forced to go bottom because lane is being pushed out by Bulba. I mean, that's one of the things that they can continue doing. Not as much split push coming out from Mushi. I mean, he tries to keep that top lane pushed out, but he can't really afford to split push because he can also get ganks. But he does have a BKB. If he's one-on-one with the Tinker, it's just gonna be like whoever gets the Hex off first.
Yep. Because if Bulba gets 1 Hex off, he's gonna do enough, or be able to chain off his Hex repeatedly.
Yeah.
And just kill him. But if Mushi gets the Hex off first, he's probably got enough damage to just straight up kill Bulba. If he gets a couple of crits, because he's critting for almost 1100 on creeps. Yep, there it is, 1072. He hits pretty hard.
Pretty hard indeed.
Another thing that, once again, hasn't really come into play is IX Mike split pushing with his illusions. He's starting to do it a little bit now, and he's been doing it a little bit for the past 10-15 minutes or so, but it hasn't been too big of a factor. And I think that that's something that is hurting Liquid a little bit, because they kind of want to get these lanes out so they can look for ganks, especially now that the Aegis is gone, the cheese is gone, because it was used earlier.
Yep.
No, Korok is working towards a BKB. He's got the gold for it. Is he gonna buy it?
Does he want to go all in for it though? No buyback? Is that worth the BKB? It might be
Yep,
actually.
he's got it.
Yeah, smoke
It
off
is.
for
He
orange,
just-
by the way.
He has to be careful and make sure that he doesn't get initiated on. But as long as he pops that BKB, that's way more useful than a buyback. At this stage in the game.
Well, let's see if orange can make something happen, because they've all smoked up on the high ground. One ward placed. Okay, someone shows himself. That's a dead guy.
And Liquid is also standing up on the high ground. If you look at the lanes...
Oh, they
here
go. Burrow strike up on IX Mike on the side. He gets hexed up straight away. In comes a vacuum into the wall. IX Mike already dead. BKB's turned on. KYX Mike already forced back from this fight. Ohio gets killed off. Korok just sitting there right-clicking everybody. Here comes an epicenter and a Burrow strike. And that is Korok force-stabbing himself into safety mechanism use as well. Gets sprouted up now though, and there goes the Nature's Prophet with his right-click damage. Killing off Korok. He goes down himself as well though. Razor able to make it happen. TC.
Razor had to buy back for that. There's Mushi's buyback. Those are the only two buybacks used in that fight. There was a really good wall steal coming out from Fluff there. That definitely helped Liquid out a lot in that fight.
We had 3 buybacks, like 2 for for 1.
Ohio also used his buyback. That's right.
Nice dark
Korok
seal
does not
walls.
have buyback available though. Yep, making an X. X marks the spot of where the engagement happened. Roshan is up now. Orange could maybe go for this, but they're not positive on Korok's buyback status. He could potentially just be saving it. They don't know.
Yeah, but they could think that he just went all in for BKB though. I mean, they did see that in the previous fight, but it's too big of a risk at this point. I mean, the song is still up as well because IX Mike gets. Hello.
Orange hunting. Boba dagging.
Yep, level 5 straight off the bat because he can.
He does not have buyback
He
for
does
doing
not,
this,
no.
and he sold off his Yules to do this as well. One big thing that happened in that fight, Korok used his E-Blade on the bear before dropping Sanity's Eclipse, and because of that he couldn't right-click to finish the bear off. Bear had like 600 HP, like 2 or 3 auto attacks for Korok, but he couldn't get him because of the E-Blade, and that saved Bear so he didn't have to use his buyback. Anyway, the Aegis and Cheese being picked up. Cheese up on Ohio, because Mushi doesn't have slots for it. Mushi has a new 10-second BKB after buying back. That is super important to note. He would have had either a 5 or a 4-second BKB, now it's 10. That extra duration is so massive. Look at Liquid. They know that they can't or don't want to fight them head on, so they're trying to go around from the side. And Mushi, if he pushes that lane, he could be in danger. Nope.
Oh, burst
Damage
strikes
is starting out the
They
fight.
go in. Here comes a song straight away. BKB turned on. Song already cancelled. Vacuum in there. IX Mike will be the first target again. Still alive for this time, actually. He might be able to survive this fight. Ohio still has a cheese. Gonna be forced to use it soon. Aegis gets dropped already as Boba goes down on his Tinker with no buyback. There's the cheese for Ohio. Back up to full. Korok trying to do what he can as TC gets picked up. This is Orange winning a team fight. No buyback for Liquid will mean that this will be Rax, and possibly even more because the death timers are so incredibly long for heroes that are level 25. This could be game.
That's thrown. That is definitely thrown. Mushi, MVP of that fight. He came in from the side on Bulba. He got the Hex off. Oop, there goes Fluff. Instantly just dead.
Nope.
He can't do anything. He just buys back. He wasted like 2 seconds of their time. He caught Bubble while he was rearming with his Hex on cooldown, his E-Blade on cooldown. He got him with a Hex, followed up with the Orchid, and Bulba was screwed. He just died to the right click of Mushi. And him killing off Bulba while Bulba's buyback's cooldown, game-winning play right there. MVP Mushi for that.
I mean,
Just the awareness of knowing he has to wait for the Tinker and then go in. He didn't even need to use his 10-second BKB in that fight because he killed off the Tinker.
True.
Straight away. And they're just going straight for Mega Creeps. Liquid has to fight before this goes down. They don't have Song to delay at all. They have to try and fight this. And
well, without the Razor, without
they can't.
Boba, that's good.
So-
It's gonna be impossible.
yeah, so what Liquid's gonna do is they let the Mega Creeps happen. They're gonna hope that Orange backs and then try to win against Mega Creeps, which is possible.
They hope that Orange backs. Their hope is not gonna come to fruition because Orange does not back off. They want to kill buildings, and they are able to do that. Just that. I mean, one of the
Liquid
things in the
still
previous
got
fight, by the way.
14 seconds. Ooh, Korok getting initiated on.
Oh, there comes a burrow strike. BKB's turned off. Fluffa stuff already dead. Korok might be able to get something done there as IX Mike gets killed off. Double kill for Mushi. Korok trying to fly himself back into the fountain. Bulba back up alive again as well. There goes the Hex up on the bear. Bear will end up dying, but that's not that big of a deal. Maybe X though. That will be a bigger deal. Gems drop. 2 for 2 in the end. I mean, with Mega Creeps, this is still a very tough situation for Liquid to be in.
It is, but they're not out of the game, which is important because there's a small chance that they can win. I won't lie and say that it's impossible. There is a very, very small chance that Liquid can win this game, and they're gonna try and hold it up because of how important this game is. Quark did buy Boots of Travel. Does not have buyback gold because of this, but this will let him push out lanes a little bit better. Interesting to note is the only attack speed he's really getting is from all this agility he has on the Ethereal Blade. Now that he no longer has treads, he does get a little bit of agility from the Scythe as well, obviously.
Yep.
And I guess +5 from the mech as well.
Yay. That 5.
Yay.
But by the way, that fight at the Ancients. I mean, IXMag went for the song and had to cancel it basically straight away because his team initiated. And
yeah.
Was it just bad initiation?
No, the song was bad. They didn't need to lead with a song. They caught Orange by surprise. Orange had just used Sand King's stun onto IXMag's images. So there wasn't any real counter-initiation threat right away. Him using that sleep allowed Mushi an extra second or so to prepare and go straight on Bulba. It wasted Bulba's Hex duration. It wasted some of Bulba's E-Blade duration. It was just a misplay from IXMag.
Bro Strike epicenter, but the BKB's already turned on. TC is the first target. Mushi just bashing away on him. In comes the song, but it doesn't matter. Mushi can still hit things. Mushi though now getting affected by the song again. That's Mushi dead. Tinker with a kill. Dagon making it worth its pay. Boba trying to run himself out of that one. Liquid still in this, having to fight Mega Creeps with this as well though. KYX by Korok, he is gonna get killed off before he can do anything else. Boba with a double kill, but buyback for KYX by Boba getting bro striked and killed off there as well. This is game. I mean, in the meantime,
the throne is getting attacked, but there are buybacks from Liquid. Quark does not have one. He's 200 gold short.
But can they try to go for this again? I mean,
there's a buyback from Mushi. Orange is gonna march straight down.
IXMag is gonna die for creeps. Oh, never mind. Close though. Mushi with his 3rd BKB of the game. Just saying.
And he's got 2 of them sitting in his stack.
Yep.
No duration. He wants to just make sure that his team wins this game.
He even have a duration of 7 seconds open.
The glyph is still on cooldown. Orange might be keeping track of this, and it might just go straight for the throne or up.
Yeah, that's already Fluffer stuff dead. And that's gonna be game. I mean, TC, you can't hope to live through this. Mushi, yeah, using his BKB.
What a game that was.
What a game that was. 72 minutes. The longest game we've had today for our casting spree anyways.
The best game so far for us in the tournament.
Definitely.
Both teams, that was just so close the entire way. Orange had an early lead. Liquid battled back. Liquid threw it away a little bit. Orange battled back. It was just back and forth for 70 minutes, and then Orange finally comes out on top with a very, very decisive fight around the Dire Secret Shop. And that play from Mushi was just perfect in that fight. I think that's the thing that sealed the deal for their win.
For sure. Of course, this was our 4th matchup for today. So that means that we're going to have 2 more. One of those is going to be the last match of today. Will be Virtus Pro versus Orange. So that will be these 2 teams meeting again. First though, we're going to see DK for the 2nd time today, as well as MUFC. That will be our next matchup. DK, MUFC. So stick around for that one. Of course, for the international group stages, we're going to be going back to Group A. Stick around.